This stack of pancakes right here is 70 grams of protein. And I'm talking good protein. I'm gonna show you just so you can see the macronutrients and all of the amino acids before I get the gym bros yelling at me. And I have a secret ingredient that makes these tasty, makes them incredible, and makes them plant-based. Now, I'm not gonna eat all 70 grams. This is actually broken down into probably 2.5 servings. I'm gonna have 1 serving, probably more like that. Then I'm actually going to top them off with this fun little addition here, which is gonna add an extra 8 grams of protein. We're looking at a lunch that's fairly compact in size, that's sitting at around 43 grams of protein. I'm stoked about it, and it tastes incredible. I love pancakes. Let me show you how to make them. Okay, so there is a few tricks. Having a good protein powder is one of them. I know that's the base for most protein pancakes, but we're making these for lunch and I want them to be protein heavy. Regardless of what you're gonna say about, you're obsessed with protein. It's like, well, I'm not. But before we get started on what the trick is, let me make a few of the things for the recipe first. First, let's put together our dry ingredients. I'm gonna be using 3/4 cup of all-purpose flour, along with a scoop of protein powder. I'm looking for around 20 grams of protein, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon cinnamon, and we're gonna add a tablespoon of hulled hemp seeds. I just love to do this for the texture. It's really good. Just mix that together. Now for our wet ingredients, flaxseed is gonna be what binds this together. 1 tablespoon of flaxseed to 2.5 tablespoons water. Now just mix this together, and then this flax will soak this all up. This will become a thick gel. We're gonna let this sit for a few minutes, which is plenty of time for today's sponsor. You have seen me talking about Miracle Made sheets for over a year now. The ad where I'm laying in bed talking about how great my sleep is. I always say, if you wake up too hot or too cold, I highly recommend you check out Miracle Made's bed sheets. Now, over the year, I've been telling you about how great I felt like I was sleeping, but I recently got a tracker and I have proof. Some of the best sleep scores I have ever gotten. Last night was 94%. I'm sleeping like a baby. And that's because Miracle Made sheets are made in a way that's temperature regulating. So you can sleep at the perfect temperature all night long. They do that because they're using silver infused fabrics that are inspired by NASA. And the infused silver actually helps prevent 99.7% of bacterial growth. So it leaves your sheets feeling cleaner and fresher 3 times longer, along with being luxuriously comfortable. They feel nice, if not nicer than sheets used by some 5-star hotels, without the high price tag of other luxury brands. I used to wake up in the middle of the night because I was far too hot and incredibly uncomfortable, and that all changed when I switched over to Miracle Made's bed sheets. So gang, upgrade your sleep as the weather heats up. Go to trymiracle.com/SauceStache to try Miracle Made sheets today. And whether you're buying for yourself or as a gift for a loved one, if you order today, you can save over 40%. And if you use promo code SauceStache at checkout, you're gonna get a 3 free-piece towel set and save an extra 20%. Miracle is so confident in their product, it's backed with a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you aren't 100% satisfied, you'll get a full refund. So upgrade your sleep with Miracle Made. Go to trymiracle.com/SauceStache and use code SauceStache to claim your free 3-piece towel set and save over 40% off. Again, that's trymiracle.com/SauceStache to treat yourself. Thanks Miracle for sponsoring today's video and for the incredible nights of sleep. Okay, we're back. We need a high-powered blender for this next step to work. It's gonna give you better results because the secret of this recipe is tempeh. Tempeh is super high in protein, and it is a very good quality protein. This is cultured, fermented to 18 grams of protein per serving at 150 calories. So this is fantastic. I'm gonna drop the whole bar into a blender. This is a roughly 2.5 servings, 8 ounces of tempeh, and we're gonna add about a teaspoon of lemon juice and 2 cups of water. All we have to do now is blend. After a minute or two in the high-speed blender, this comes out thick, it's creamy, it's not like, it's definitely thicker than like milk, maybe a slight bit thicker than like a heavy cream. So now we just wanna add our flax meal to our measuring cup. It's now thickened, along with 1 cup of our tempeh milk. About 1/2 of a teaspoon of vanilla extract, I'm gonna add just a touch more of the lemon because I tasted that and that lemon didn't come through. And I want that lemon to be kind of bright. And a little pinch of salt. This is the secret. This little mixture right here. You could save this for another batch if you want. Now, before I mix these together, I'm gonna get a pan on the stove, heat it up with a bit of oil. I'm just gonna use a little bit of coconut oil. You can use vegetable oil. While that's heating up, let's go ahead and create our mixture. Actually, need about a half of a cup more liquid, I think. Oh man, I normally do the tempeh milk with 3 cups, and I only did 2 cups today. So when you make the tempeh milk, do 3 cups. We do 1.5 cups. Oh, I ended up doing this way too thick. So it's not lost, the recipe's not lost, that's why I was just so confused just now. But everybody always asks for mistakes, so we just added a half of a cup more of the tempeh milk, but we're still thick. So I'm just gonna add probably another 1/4 cup of just plain water and just see if this gets us to the right consistency. That's what happens when you're trying to go quick. It's what happens when you're going fast. That's why I need to write this stuff down. I feel like that's a little bit better of the consistency here. So we're gonna roll with it. So let's take it over to the hot pan. This is loaded with protein. Let's start making pancakes. I'm gonna make a stack and then I'm gonna save some for later because you can freeze them and then re-toast them. So I'm also gonna make an extra topping that I love, especially for these pancakes, especially around lunch. That's gonna be a maple syrup topping with PB Fit. I love this PB Fit. I'm just gonna use 1 serving of PB Fit, which is 2 tablespoons, along with 3 tablespoons of maple syrup. That's it. Mix that up. It's a nice syrupy consistency. It's perfect for pancakes, especially if you like peanut butter. And it's gonna add an extra 8 grams of protein. And then these come out amazing. Just look at these. Now they're gonna cook up similar to pancakes. They're gonna dry on one side. They're gonna bubble through when they're ready to flip. Make sure you cook them till they're a nice golden brown. You should end up with 9 or 10 4 to 5 inch pancakes. You're probably looking at 3 to 4 pancakes per serving, depending on the size. But these come out amazing. I mean, just look at this stack. They're definitely more dense. They're not crazy like airy pancakes. You can top them just like you would regular pancakes. They're gonna be pretty good. But the taste is really out of this world. You could add berries and fruit to them if you would like. I've never been a big fruit person on my pancakes. So this stack, which was about 1.25 servings, was 460 calories, 35 grams of protein, 16 grams of fat, 49 grams of carbs, which for me has a good balance between carbs and protein, exactly what I want, with some fat, probably more fat than what I would like, but it's not that bad. Now it also has 7 grams of fiber, which is gonna kind of help with those net carbs, 3.7 grams of sugars, no added sugars, loaded with omega-3, omega-3 ALA, omega-3 DHA, and you're gonna have vitamin B1, vitamin B2, B3, calcium, copper, iron, magnesium, manganese, phosphorus, a little potassium. All in all, for pancakes for breakfast or lunch, these are a fantastic way to start your day. Wish Monica was here, she's not here, so this is gonna be one of them where you're not gonna get to hear Monica's opinion.